Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 11:15. I got in the morning still. I've got about 30 minutes before I have to hit the road. And grab your beverage. I'm getting ahead of myself. You know how this goes. Grab your beverage. I thought this was a nice message for you and for me. Do you ever do that? Do you ever give yourself messages and say nice things to yourself? Because let me tell you, I've spent decades saying some really nasty things to myself. And now I've turned that around and I say nice things to myself every day. This one is I love you. And I do love who I am at this moment in time. So this is just a reminder. Say something nice to yourself. Whether it's I have beautiful eyes, or I love my laugh, or my hair looks really good today. My bangs are actually looking okay at the moment. There you go. But grab your beverage, whatever it is, and have a seat. Pull up a chair and let's chat a little bit about life. Yes or yes? We're all going through it. It's a journey we're all going through if we're fortunate enough to, wake up today, right? So it is a blessing, even if it's hard, even if it's not going the way you planned, even if it's blowing up in your face. You're still lucky to be breathing and on this planet. So that, putting that in perspective, and that whatever you're going through, it's going to pass. Always does. Goodness, this is really good. Some days I think that it's just exceptionally better than others. I don't know why. So what do I want to talk about today? Well, a couple things. First off, where am I going in about 20 minutes? I am going to get my eyes checked. Now, why is that important? Oh my good golly, there's so many reasons why it's important. First of all, eye health. Well, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I've had a retina tear, I've had a retina detachment, I've had multiple laser surgeries on my eyes because I got holes in my retina. Yeah, it grateful. Super duper grateful for my eyesight. So as I'm saying my gratitudes today, grateful for waking up, grateful for my eyesight. And this is not my retinal doctor. This is just my regular eye doctor. And for years I would not go to the eye doctor. Why? Well, because I could see and I never had a problem with my vision. And I was like, well, I don't need to go. If I'm not having a problem, why do I need to go? Right? Why do I need to go? And I truly believed, this is a fallacy, but I truly believed that eye doctors are only in business to tell you have a problem so they can get you into glasses because they make their money on the glasses. Ooh. That was a story that I told myself for decades, that there weren't any reputable eye doctors. They only, all these places, they just want to do your vision test so that they can put you in glasses. And I don't want to go in glasses, so I'm not going to the eye doctor. Anybody else have that? Anybody else have that belief, that thought? Yeah. So what happened? Well, years ago, I have a friend who is a general practitioner. He's amazing. He's one of the very few doctors that knows me well enough that when I come and I'm like, look, Jeff, something's not right. You can run all the tests, but if they come back normal, I'm telling you, something's not right. That he actually believes me, that he actually will go to bat for me, that he'll actually continue to investigate things and explore what things might be over the years. And one day I called him and I said, I should probably get my eyes checked. I should definitely get my kids' eyes checked, right? And but here's my belief. And he goes, yeah, I used to think the same thing. But he wears glasses. And he says, and I'll tell you, this doctor isn't like that. I was like, but you wear glasses. He goes, but I'm telling you, she's not like that. And that's how he got me to go to Dr. Moore. And so I am headed over to see my good friend at this point. I've been going for years. Every year I go see Dr. Moore. And I hate when my hair doesn't, like, just has like a... Do you remember Squiggy? This is a detour. I'll be right back with the Dr. Moore thing. But did you ever watch Happy Days? Was it Happy Days? No, what was it? Laverne and Shirley. Laverne and Shirley. Laverne and Shirley was a spinoff of Happy Days. And if you remember that show, there was a gentleman on there named Squiggy. And it was Squiggy because he always had like a single piece of hair like sticking down his forehead. So that's what I usually call a single piece of hair that's like flipped out of place or on my forehead weird. I always call it a squiggy. Isn't that funny? Things that, you know, I think about and that come back. Do you ever have squiggies? Do you ever have squiggies? Do you have a different name for them? What's your name for that single piece of hair that does not stay where it's supposed to, or that is laying away from the rest of your hair? And not that I ever watched it, but there was, my sister used to watch it. Oh, what's it called? It was a TV show, and it was kids. And one of the guys on the show was Alfalfa. Do you remember Alfalfa? He always had a single piece of hair sticking straight up. I call it my alfalfa. If I ever have like a one that's sticking straight out, that's an alfalfa. So what do you have names for silly things like that? Yeah. Oh my goodness, I don't know what made me think of that today. Oh, the single piece of hair that was separated in my bangs. That's what made me think of it. So going back to Dr. Moore. So I went to Dr. Moore, and first thing, she doesn't dilate my eyes. Oh, hallelujah, because I hate that. And I didn't want that, and I was actually scared to have my eyes dilated. It was since I'd never had it done, I didn't want it done. I may have had it done a long time ago. But she has an option that I pay like $35, and she actually takes, you put your head up next to this machine and you keep your eye open, and it takes a picture, and it does a retinal scan, and it shows the back of your eyeball. It is so stinking cool. It is so cool. Excuse me, you see all the blood vessels, all the everything in your eye. It's amazeballs. And so I do that instead of having my eyes dilated. And yes, she checks for glaucoma, and they check for all those other things. But I go in, and she believes that you should not wear glasses unless it is, number one, unless you can't see, or number two, unless you're getting headaches, right? Or three, you're at a point where you're so frustrated and you're struggling to see. So let me explain. When I turned 50, everybody said, oh, you're 50, you're going to need readers. No. If you believe that, stop. Stop it right now. If I could, I would reach through and slap you. Don't believe that stuff. No. Just like don't believe that every doctor is out just to put you in glasses. So, no, absolutely not. And at 50, I didn't need glasses. I could read. I was fine. As the years progressed, it got a little more challenging in certain situations. Number one, if I was in low light, if it was really dark, like in a restaurant where they take the lights down low, it's a little challenging to read some menus sometimes. So what do? I take out my phone and I put on my flashlight so I can friggin' see. Don't need the glasses. Just take out my phone, which I always have on me, right? The second thing that became a little bit challenging over the years is little things like plucking eyebrow hairs. So what do they have? They have magnifying mirrors for that light up so you can friggin' see. I got the 10X one so I can see that. Don't need eyeglasses. I can read for the most part. So the parts now that I've turned 60, the parts that are challenging are labels. The labels, the font is so incredibly tiny, and a lot of times they do it in white ink. Who in their right mind thought that was a good idea? And so what do I do for that? I take a picture on my phone, and then I blow it up, or I have a magnifier on my phone, and I'll take the magnifier app and I'll magnify what it is so that I can read it. Or if my daughters are with me, I'll say, can you read this? Can you read this? If I don't feel like juggling my phone and the item, right? So there are workarounds. Now, why do I do that? Because when you start wearing readers, your eyes progressively get weaker. And my doctor has confirmed this. So I put off as long as I possibly can. I don't wear readers. A lot of times, I don't want to squint either, but a lot of times, if I can pick out a couple of letters, like if you're reading something, my brain can put together the rest of it. So it makes my brain and my eyes work a little harder, yes, but it doesn't, the progression of needing glasses doesn't get worse, right? Because I'm making my eyes work for it. And sometimes I'm too damn tired. So I have readers. I have 1% readers, the lowest, magnifying that you can get. And I wear those from time to time when either my phone isn't near me, or maybe I'm reading something on my phone that I can't enlarge, or the lighting is really dark and it's not a place that I can put my flashlight on to read it. There are occasions where I take out my readers, my reading glasses to read. They're a pain. For somebody that doesn't and never has, I had glasses for a very short period of time. But if you're not wearing them all the time, they're a pain. That's why people lose them. That's why they put them on those silly chains, because you need them, but you don't need them all the time. And then finding them, there's a pain. It's a pain. And I know some people keep readers everywhere. They keep them in the car. They keep them in their purse. They keep them on their desk. They keep them by the sofa. They keep them in the kitchen, by the bed. And you can do that because they're very cheap. You can go to the dollar store and get dollar readers, or go onto Amazon and get a pack of 5 for a few dollars. And so I have some of those that I keep in strategic places, but it's a pain in the neck. I don't want to do that. So I have workarounds instead. And on the rare occasion that I'm threading a needle, even nowadays, I've been able to get over in the sunlight or by a lamp and do things that I can even thread a needle, make my eyes work to thread a needle without having to get glasses. And so those are my workarounds. Number 1, flashlight, or get into a well-lit area. Number 2, take a picture and blow it up. Or number 3, get a magnifying. Most phones have a magnifying app, believe it or not. At least the iPhones do. So open that up and magnify it to what you need. Or 4th, the very last thing that you can do is just ask somebody to read it for you if you don't have the glasses. But getting your eyes to actually work will not allow the progression of getting worse to happen so quickly. Because once you start wearing readers at 1% all the time, your eyes will weaken, your eyesight will weaken, and you'll actually need 1.5. So then you'll need 2s, and you'll need 2.5s. And I know people who wear regular glasses or contacts, and eventually they have LASIK or some sort of surgery to correct their regular vision, and in doing so it corrects their their close up, their, vision for reading. I also know people who had like new lenses put in, like corneas, because they had cataracts. And when they did that, they could read perfectly as well. And so there are other more permanent options if you don't want to wear the eyeglasses, but there's so many workarounds. And the thing that I love is that she usually says, keep doing what you're doing, you're good. Right? That's awesome to tell me that. The other thing about going to an eye doctor who really knows what they're doing. And if you were able to get the picture taken, the retinal pictures, as opposed to the eye drops that dilate your eyes, is she shows me. And did you know that when your eyes are one of the first places where cholesterol buildup in your arteries happens, that you can see it? Did you know this? So because heart conditions have run in my family now, thankfully I don't have a heart condition, nor do I plan on having a heart condition. But every year I go, and when she takes those pictures, I get to see the vessels in my eyes. And that's the first place that you can tell whether or not your blood vessels are filling up with cholesterol and clogging, where you're going to have more problems, whether that's cardiac or brain, or it all starts with your eyeballs. So you can see it there. So every year, this is a no-brainer. It's painless. I don't have to wear sunglasses or have somebody drive me because my eyes are dilated. My eyes are super sensitive to the light, even when they're not dilated. But when you dilate them, and when I have laser surgery, I've actually had, it scared me one time because they did so many blasts of the laser that I physically only saw darkness, only saw black. I could not even see shadows, and it freaked the hell out of me. Now, my sight did eventually return. But I don't like that. And my eyes are super duper sensitive. And so not having to dilate my eyes is a godsend. And being able to see for myself, she enlarges the picture so I can see that there's no buildup in my vessels. So I am still good. And should there be a day that she sees buildup, then I can take the next steps in exploring or discovering if there's something else going on that I need to mitigate, right? Mitigate. So that's my plug to go get your eyes checked. Please don't have the same beliefs that I did, where I thought that they were only in it for the money and they only wanted to make their money. But because some of these places, your eye exams are so cheap. I'm like, they can't possibly make a living with those very cheap eye exams. They've got to make their living off of the glasses. And so I don't want to go there. So I don't. But I found a reputable doctor that I don't know what I'm going to do should she ever decide to retire. Or if I ever decide to move, that would be panic stricken. To find another doctor like her, because she's amazing. She knows my entire family. She was one of the first people to buy one of my books, my Words of Wisdom, What You Need to Know on the Road of Your Life's Journey. She was one of the first people to buy it, and she was the actual first person to ask me to sign it. That's how amazing she is. She's just incredible. So yeah, I hope that you, if you don't already have, I hope that you find an amazing eye doctor. Don't put it off out of fear, out of disbelief, out of believing that they're only in it for the money. Find a good one. Ask if they do retinal pictures, if they do pictures instead of dilation, because that has been a game changer for me. That has put my mind at rest about so many issues that might possibly be going on behind the scenes that we can't see. You know, I can't see it. And what's going on inside our bodies. And that's why I get all different kinds of things done, like these photos, like thermography scans, which I haven't done in a hot minute, and I really need to reach back out and have that done. Reminder service. And when I do that, I'll come back on and share what that is and why I do it and what it shows and what I use it for. So stay tuned for that. But for now, if you don't have a good eye doctor and you need one in Northern Virginia, hit me up, say eye doctor, and I'll reach out and give you her info. She is amazeballs. And it's quick, it's painless, it's enjoyable. It's just, you know, I actually look forward to going to see her every year and catching up and see how she's doing. And so this is my public service announcement. Go get your eyes checked and make sure that you don't have anything going on. And if you do, that you take care of it sooner rather than later. John's mom and my mother's husband both have macular degeneration. And that's a scary thing. That's actually the loss of your eyesight. Did you know this? That you're actually losing your eyesight, and they have shots that they need to take like every month, every six weeks, I think, at this point, to limit the progression of the disease. And so don't mess around with that. Don't mess around. There's things out there that can slow the progression, that can stop that, but you got to get them checked. So that's my public service announcement, my friend. I'm concerned about your eyesight. It's something that is so precious to me after the last 2 years, and especially after the last 2 years. And let me know if I can help you in any way, or if you have questions. If you have questions and I can answer them, I'm happy to do so. All right, you know, today's Friday. So go out and make something fun happen today. You know what I'm doing for fun? I'll leave you with this. As I drink my last sip of my mushroom coffee. Tonight, I'm doing something fun. I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to take John with me. And we're going to do swing dancing. Swing dancing. Now, I told somebody I was doing this and they didn't know what that was. So if you're not familiar with it, think back in the 50s, like the jitterbug and all of that. It looks kind of like that. It's partner dancing, but fun partner dancing. It's not partner dancing like the waltz or the cha-cha, or maybe it is kind of like the cha-cha. You know what? I'll report back. But it's swing. So I'll take some video. I'll have John take some video. They have like a class to start off, and then they just play music and you get to dance. And I am super excited. And if he decides to peter out on me, it's okay. You don't need a partner. You don't need to go with a partner, because they show you the dance and then everybody switches up and changes and does different partners and stuff like that. So you don't need to go with a partner. You can just partner up once you're there, which is right up my alley, because as you know, with John's schedule, he's not always around when these things are happening, and it's great that I can still go and not need to have him come with me to partake in the festivities. So I'll report back on that. What are you doing for fun on this Friday? Go get your eyes checked, and I'll see you on Monday, my friend. Make it a great day. See ya.